All right, gang. We are live. Welcome to the world of Hearthron. I am your host, storyteller, and dungeon master Bilbo. Come join us as we travel through the tales from the Yawning Portal. This is our 6th episode of the Shrine of Tamoachan. The plan is to play the same characters through each of these adventures in the Yawning Portal, level up characters accordingly, and finish with the Tomb of Horrors. Our players have already completed the Sunless Citadel and the Forge of Fury, and now we are in the middle of the shrine here as they're trying to figure their way out, even though they kind of did, and they decided to go back and clear out another room. So, come join us as we travel through these old school dungeon crawls. And if you like our show, hey, show us some love by hitting that follow button here on Twitch or subscribe button on YouTube. And with that, I believe the little guy, Torn, is going to do a recap for a luck card, I'm sure, from Nord Games. So go ahead there, buddy. He really needs it. Shoot away.
So last time we found this hallway filled with floating people, and Dar decided to lead the way into the hallway. Nothing happened until about halfway when they all came to life as zombies and started attacking us. Luckily, we fended them off. Torn sadly using all of his abilities, and but plus they had regenerative powers, which stumped us a little bit. But we finished them off, and we kept on adventuring down the hall.
Okay.
We also found this pedestal, correct, with this trap floor by it, and Erebus easily hinged it so it wouldn't open. And
nice rolling, Alex. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we now have this cool cheap trick that we have now. That was on the pedestal.
All right.
So that's really
all right. All right.
And now we're at a door.
Give me a card.
Now we're at a door ready to die.
Player knowledge.
advantage on saving throw.
All right. So where we last left off, the group made their way past some zombies, and then a quick little trap that, sure enough, Erebus had no issues with whatsoever. They put up a kind of a little weird token that they quite don't know how to use completely yet, but I'm sure they'll figure it out later on. And they come down the hallway, and they find themselves at this massive bronze door, and that's where we left off. The Erebus in front of this door, and that's where we will pick up right now, as Erebus is probably eating some noodle dish or something. I have no idea.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Stuff in my face quick. All right. So did we check this for traps or?
No, we really just left off just you guys coming to this door, and that's where we stopped.
All right. Well, I'll maybe go ask for a little luck from Tribella. Hell no. All right. I see how it is these days. Limited resource. Do you feel lucky? Well, yes, I do. All right. What's that? A perception then, Bill?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. All right. Good start to the day. Natural 20.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a great way to start.
Same with me.
All right, so this door is not trapped, and it opens towards probably the other side. So it opens outwards, not towards you.
Okay. And do I know how to open it? Is it locked?
No, it's not locked. You can just push it wide open.
All right. So I'll go back. I don't know if I had positioned them back, but I will walk back to them and say, "It's open, safe. You want me to go through?
Yep. Let's go see what's on the other side.
We're not gonna send Dar a door.
Dar, you want to go?
That's the question I'm asking. I'm gonna look at those two. You want to go, or do you want me to go?
Dar, you go. You go first.
Why not, Chuck?
Dar, you go first, man. Dar, you go first. You go ahead of me, though. You in front of me.
Compromise is the worst. Near you. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna just switch the camera here.
Wait, who's going first?
Dar, I think.
Okay, alright. I thought
And then
I
I'm
thought Aramis said he was.
No, you did it to me, I think. Yep.
Erebus is going in first.
Get Erebus going in first.
Aramis,
Whoa,
no,
what was
Aramis, no.
Your knowledge you think he's hearing about?
Oops.
Oh my god.
What are you doing, man?
Sorry, I started
Jesus,
wrong.
get your hands off of here, man.
That's-
Eat your chocolate.
You can't be touching that. You're too short.
Alright, so I'm gonna go into stealth mode before I open this.
Too late.
Yeah, too late, man. It's too late.
I don't know what that is.
So, let me describe the room. Now you know why Billy or Alex didn't want to.
Billy never goes through the door first, by the way. This guy always goes through the door first.
Billy is already saying, I want to be around the corner down the hallway. All right. So let me describe this grand chamber here to you. The place is filled with rubble and life-size statues. Much of is broken. Standing in ranks is an army of clay statues in what must have once been an impressive array. Now half of them are fallen and crumbled. Near the door are spear wielders, perhaps 20 of them, outfitted only in scrapes of leather now. At their feet lay obsidian spearheads and bits of rotten wood shafts. Behind these figures are archers in a scattered formation. Few of them remain standing. Their arrows are gone, but they hold laminated bows, dried and worm-eaten. Farther into the room are figures of warriors with war clubs and hand axes, wearing the scraps of lacquered leather, sandals, and caps. Beyond all of this, in the north end of the chamber, are a group of statues that must have been an honor guard. These warriors wear feathered robes and headdresses and are armed with pitted bronze spears. Each of these figures wears a breastplate of shells. They are standing near a dome structure. And then you will also see beyond that, it looks to be sort of what you probably think is some sort of sedan.
Like,
Alright. Wow.
And on top of the sedan is this looks like what looks to be is a lamp that is just has just a little slight glow to it.
The lamp controls the army. Let's go get it.
Otherwise, no light in the room?
Otherwise, no light in the room.
that's. Oh, wait, I can see. So, like,
Alright. So I do want to go into stealth mode here, if that's alright.
Yeah, now you can.
Alright, that's cool. Alright, so 21.
Okay.
And then I want to sneak in and to the right, but let me check the floor before I cross the threshold there.
Sure.
So I'll do a perception check
Yep.
just to see. That's kind of shitty. Alright, 17.
Okay. Now you don't think there's any traps in here, at least at the
Alright, so yeah, let me
immediate
sneak in
future.
and. God, I don't even know. I guess to the right.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna make my. So these definitely look like they're falling apart.
Yeah, so there's a lot of them that are, there's some where just half the body, or some maybe cut and, crumbled in half. And yes, and they're all made of clay.
Okay.
Touch one of them.
All right. No, I don't think so.
Once
No.
we
All
leave.
right. I'm gonna make a pass towards the back wall if I can.
Yeah, sure. There's also you'll also see there's two warriors to your right as you're going through, and they seem to be standing in front of another door.
So there's a door to the right.
Yep.
That's one move.
Yeah, go
It's another bronze door, and it has a bar that's shut across it.
Do you want to go to the door?
No, move me to the back near that rank of warriors. Maybe Rex is there. I'll pretend like I'm one of them. And now I want to look at that sedan a little more closely.
Okay. Let me just check. Is anybody else going in the room right now, or staying in?
That would have taken a while.
I'll go in.
Yeah, that's what I
I'll go
assume you are. So.
You said obsidian like tips, spear tips, or like arrow tips?
No, the spears. Some obsidian spear tips.
I'll wait for Erebus to tell me it's okay to come in.
Up there.
Okay.
Is it coming? Oh.
So Zazriel and Torn go in the room. Dar, are you just gonna stay at the doorway?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for his friend to tell me it's okay.
Billy, we move up. And then Elle, are you going in or staying behind Dar?
Keep waiting there.
She'll step through the doorway and just stay on next to the doorway there.
Okay. Sure. And then Kit, what about you?
I'm just staying with Dar.
Okay. And then Valiant, what about yourself?
Where do you think I would be of all locations?
Probably back there reading your book.
Hey, you got me.
All right. Okay.
Thanks for asking, though. Appreciate it.
No problem. So as you come to this, Erebus, as you come to this, it looks kind of like a sedan. It's actually covered, and so you can't see inside this at all.
Alright. That's great.
The shield up there. Like the shield.
What's it made of? Stone? Wood? Clay?
You're not sure because it's
Covered.
yeah. Let me just make sure what it's covered with here. Yeah, it's covered with this black cloth, dusty cloth.
Okay. And the light is coming from on top or from the
Yes, on top there's a lantern that just has a very faint light, just to kind of illuminate this sedan here. But that's about it.
Alright.
Doesn't give off much light. Like in a sense, it won't in a sense be a great torch for anybody other than when you're just immediate. I give you guys all these great descriptions because you all have dark vision.
Okay. Alright, and then so I guess I'm gonna approach a little closer and I'll start to check the floor, make sure there's no other traps that I can see as we approach.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright, natural 20.
All right, yeah. So you're sure there's doesn't seem to be any traps around here whatsoever. You're highly confident.
Alright. And so is there a slit in the cloth so that I could take a short sword and sort of pull it aside and look inside the sand?
Yes, you could. You could actually. You have to get into the center of it, but you could actually move the cloth to one side to take a look in.
Alright, why not? No one else is coming up here, right?
No, Torn is.
Is in battle, stands ready if these things come.
Yeah, he's waiting to attack if necessary, and
I never would have guessed.
Yeah, and Zazriel's close by to you as well.
Can I do the same thing from behind it? So then I would be out of sight of all these falling apart monkeys.
Yes, you can go up behind and do the same thing.
Yeah,
But you might have to
behind,
move
that's
the
what I
lamp.
like to do.
Okay,
You might have to move
Oh,
the
yeah,
lamp.
perfect.
I can show you. Hold on.
Oh no, it's fine. I figure off camera is safe. Nothing happens, right? Perfect. That's exactly where I want to be. Who's to my left? Is that Zach?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's Zaz there.
Perfect. All right, yeah. So I'll use my short sword and just sort of tip it open and try to peek inside.
Yeah, so inside here is what looks to be skeletal remains of a human. His arms are shackled to an arm of the sedan. In his rib cage, you can see 3 arrowheads mixed throughout the clay in the immediate area. There are thousands of beads of coral. Like he's on a coral bed. Just
I'm gonna wave Zaz
beads
over
and
the
beads
butt.
of them.
I'll go like this and then point my eyes and just say, "Come look at this, Zaz."
I'll walk over.
Okay.
So it's just a guy and
Yeah, it looks like a human that must have. His arm is shackled to the left side here.
just one. Does the
Just
other
one
look-
arm.
Does the other one look like it was shackled?
It's so damaged you can't really tell. And in the rib cage, you see 3 arrowheads that are there. And then I said like he's on like a mixed. He's on just a bed of just beads of coral and shell.
Is he close enough where I could like examine the arrowheads? Like what kind they are?
Yeah, you believe just looking at it, you think they're probably obsidian.
Think they're what?
Obsidian.
Like the spear tips. Nothing else here?
No. In this area too, the ceiling seems to be a little domed, and it's kind of a stucco. So a little stucco, like plaster stucco. It's kind of nothing's special about it, but it just seems to be domed here, a little lower.
I'll whisper to Zaz. Do you want me to grab the lantern?
Huh?
Yeah, we'll grab the lantern. That's what I was gonna ask next. Yeah.
Alright, I gotta climb on top of this to get it?
No, you can actually just reach and grab it, to be honest.
Alright, I'm gonna I'm having an Indiana Jones moment here. Maybe I want to put a bag of sand on there. Can I examine it before I pull it off? Do I think there's any sort of pressure plate underneath?
Make a perception check.
Alright. Oh, that bastard. An 11.
Okay, you're not sure.
Alright, I'm just gonna lift it up gently. I'll pull it up.
All right, perfect.
I knew it. He was looking at the board funny. Wires.
All right, you hear this shift in the room, on the floor, especially Elle. He hears it really well. As all of a sudden the floor kind of opens up. And running out comes this undead figure. And it comes right at Elle and attacks at Elle.
Priests always attract undead.
However, that's gonna miss, but then comes with a second claw. What's your AC, Elle?
20.
Okay, yep, and misses. So both attacks miss. It's just a white figure with just nasty, gross teeth. Its eyes are glowing black. Its skin, and you definitely know it's undead. And its nasty, long claws. Everybody, let's roll initiative.
You guys can thank me for initiative.
I'll take that any day. I got 20.
Total?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually even.
I'm pretty good.
All right, anybody above a 20?
23.
All
Got
right,
me this time, Torn.
16 to 20.
Oh, I'm 20. Wait, what were you? Wait, so, am I second?
11 to 16. 15 for gift.
Wow, like everybody.
All right, 6 to 10.
6.
10, 10.
9.
All right, 1 sec. 10, 10.
Those of us in the back are just kind of, just getting into it.
I'm still grabbing the lantern up here.
Your Indiana Jones is definitely feeling it.
Right on the straight line.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Y'all want to fight anyways.
Exactly.
All right, so Zashriel, you are first to act.
So is this thing like up off the ground like the steps? How high are the steps off the ground?
Oh, what, this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like a foot off the ground. I mean, you can see over it.
Alright. Do I like feel like I can see this right now? Like, do I have better vantage?
You can see through it, but you're still going to be at it. Your shot's going to be,
Take my shot.
yeah, just you're going to be at a -4 on your shot.
That's fine.
-4. Still gonna be plus something though.
12.
12 is going to miss.
Alright. Natural 20.
That's going to hit.
Roll again.
Boom.
Nice.
There you go.
14 points of damage.
All right, so,
Magically.
all right, thank you. Yep, so it takes a shot in its side, looks over at you glaringly. All right.
Why don't you come play over here?
Okay. Torn.
Chugga 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 chugga. Ah!
You can get there in 30 feet.
No,
No,
that's why I said
Alright.
because you can't attack.
All right,
I'm
I was like,
intimidating.
that's pretty far. I was like, I think that's about 30 feet there, man. All right. Kit, you are up.
I'm still in tiger form, right?
Yes.
How far from it is me?
You're
Am
like
I?
10 feet.
10 feet. You could jump in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump at it.
All right.
Pounce. Here comes the tiger. Right there, tiger. Right there.
18 plus 5.
Nice.
So,
That hits.
23 hits.
and then 5 points.
All right. Okay, got it. Nice.
So,
Boom.
All right, Erebus, you are up.
alright, so can I actually climb on top of this thing then?
Yeah, absolutely you could.
Oh, yeah.
And now you don't know how strong it is. And you've seen a lot of stuff broken in here and old, but absolutely you could try to climb on top of it.
What is it? Can I see what is it made of? Was that ever made clear?
You think it's the same thing, like it's this cheap clay.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'll move around to the opposite side from Zaz
Okay?
and take a shot at. I guess there's just one, whatever it is, white or something. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, undead, yeah, you guys, I don't
Okay,
think face this,
so,
but yeah, you're -4 on your shot.
Okay. And then, does it see me at a 21 stealth still, I assume, or I can reroll if you want?
Now it doesn't notice you yet.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna take a shot at that. Alright, so that should hit, yeah, 20.
Yes, that hits.
Alright, shit roll though. So 3, 7, 13, and 5, so 18 points.
All right, and what are you using?
That's a magical bow.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, magic does damage, like good damage to this thing.
And then I will use my cunning action to stealth again. I'll actually sort of fade back a little bit and duck behind.
Okay, perfect.
If I have the movement, and that'll be a 20 on stealth.
All right, yeah, he doesn't seem to notice you. I mean, he looks around, but he doesn't see you.
Perfect.
He's like, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
All right, Dar, you are up.
Alright, how close am I to this thing now? It's kind of hard to see on the map.
You can just step in the room. You're about 10 feet away.
Okay, so I will move up to it and grab Gladys and take a couple swings at him.
All right.
Gladys.
First swing is... 16.
16 hits.
Okay, that's... 12 points damage.
All right, 12. And now, did you make Gladys magical when you were there or no?
Yes, it's plus 1 great axe.
That's perfect. Okay, perfect.
And second roll, natural 20.
Oh, you guys are on fire.
So we get to roll 2 12s. And I need 17, 21 more points of damage.
Damn.
Jeez.
You think goes down?
Yeah. Yeah. Ah! And collapses to the ground. Very nice. Jeez. Crush it.
Didn't even have to rage on that one.
No more things come back?
No, nothing else. All right. I go Valiant. What do you do?
I imagine I'm still back. I haven't heard them screaming for help yet, so yeah, he'll move up a little. He'll just look up a little bit for reading. That's about it. Hear Dar yell a bit. And that's it. Yeah.
All right, and then L.
I'm gonna do Sacred Flame on this thing.
Okay, perfect.
Stay.
Make sure it stays down.
Don't come back.
Is there anything on this thing that looks shiny? No.
I'll let you know in a second.
That's never good.
Alright. 7 extra points just in case.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Now we're good.
All right, so, yeah, and just give me a quick religion check there, L.
That is 16.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're sure this is a white, and it's probably been down here a long time. Yeah, so Dar, you do actually see this thing. Seems to be wearing this looks like an amulet around his neck. It's black. It's on a black chain, and a symbol on it you don't recognize, but that seems to be around its neck.
Valiant, did you take a look at something here?
Yeah, of course.
This thing looks kind of strange. A black chain with a black amulet. I'm not too comfortable to touch
Well, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll come and take a look at Bilbo, and I guess I'll just start with a knowledge arcana if that sounds good.
Sure.
Just start simple. Alright, I have an 18 total.
Okay, yeah, you definitely, you think it's magical, you quite, without taking like some serious time, like a good hour studying it, you're not going to be able to really tell what it is, but you believe it is, it does have some magical properties to it. But you can't tell if it's cursed
Is it
or
around
not.
its neck or what?
Yeah, it's around his neck.
I'll just slide.
I will take my longsword and try to slide it onto it and put it into my bag, and I'll say I'll use an identify on it later.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good. I just hate to
Well,
touch
that's
it.
going on. Me and
Do something.
Yeah,
Erebus are gonna go back to the body.
Okay.
understandable, my friend. I'll let you know what it is once we take a little rest.
I say
Appreciate
the volume. It's mine, knows it's good.
Has that moved at all?
No.
What's that, Torn?
I grabbed the 3 arrows out.
Could I maybe have it if it's good?
You put
Depending
down
on what
three
it does.
obsidian arrowheads.
I can't hear you, buddy. You have to
Speak
speak
up. buddy.
Oh, sorry. I kind of lost my voice. But could I maybe have it if it has something that'll help me in battle?
Of course, once we find out what it does, absolutely.
Did you even hit the thing?
No, because I had to run over here.
Oh, because you were hiding.
I wasn't hiding.
Makes sense. Alright.
I wasn't hiding. I was thinking these things were gonna come alive and I was gonna take out the crossbowmen.
Does this thing look human?
The skeleton?
Yeah.
Yes.
If Zaz tries to reach in there, I'm gonna bat her hand away.
Oh, I already took the 3
You
arrows.
already- yeah, I already-
Chest.
Already did. Reached in there, grabbed the arrow tip. The obsidian arrow tips in his chest cavity.
Hey, Dar, can you come here, please?
Now I'm gonna move away.
I go with Dar.
I think Dar stepped away.
Alright,
I'll take Torn then.
Torn, come here.
What's the matter?
I need you to come chop a chain off.
Okay, I come and chop the chain.
Drop the chain off?
Yeah.
I come and do it. Okay.
Looks like the old man wants to do it. I'll let him.
Yeah, you can chop it off. Okay.
I've taken out too.
Then I'm gonna bury it underneath the coral
It's
beads.
snowing outside. There's already almost an inch of snow in the car.
All right.
There's enough beads to do that, right? I think it's just
Yeah,
bones.
there's a
I
lot
don't
of
think
them.
it's snowing
I'm gonna
here.
bury it underneath the bones.
Okay.
We got big smoky flakes.
Then I'll leave the room.
Okay. So you're gonna head on out.
I
Okay.
feel like I'm out, man. Please.
All right.
Let's go to the other door.
And now I go to the other door. That's one.
Okay. So you had the other
Yeah,
door.
that's where I was going to.
Put Erebus there.
Erebus, what are you gonna do? I'll go around the room and ask.
Yeah, what did I didn't hear everything that Zaz was doing.
So Zazriel had cut the chain off the human skeleton's arm, buried the chain underneath the coral and the shells. Nothing happened.
Okay.
And now him and Torn are making their way to the other bronze door where the bar is.
Okay, so I'll follow.
And yeah, asking, and yeah, and I think Zazriel said, "Come on, Erebus." So,
Yeah.
so let me just go around the rest of the people. So Elle, what are you doing?
So, did I see a location or an area where the white seemed to come crawling from?
Yes, he actually came about 20 feet, and it's still open. Where the floor is open, it's between about 4 of these statues right on the floor.
I'm gonna go look down there.
Okay, perfect.
Is it a?
It's like a ramp, but yes, it leads down underneath the floor. It's about a 10-foot ramp, and just leads into a 10-foot by 10-foot just small room.
no doors visible from that angle.
No doors. It doesn't seem like there's no doors down here or anything.
Right. Interesting. All right. And then I'll probably go to the sedan chair. So
Okay.
take a look at that.
All right. Kit, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting there, just watching them move around.
Okay.
Try not to break anything or trigger any traps or anything.
She'll just come in.
You have cat-like reflexes. It isn't hard.
All right. And then Valley, what are you doing?
I will likely be working with Elle to try to figure out more about this room. I'll go ahead and do a ritual detect magic, so I'm going to be in there for a while studying things.
Okay. All right, Dar.
I'm kind of tired. I think I'm just going to sit down here for a bit and rest.
All right.
Anybody needs me, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to take a nap.
All right. All right.
Just use Kit's tail as a pillow.
Hey, Bilbo, what's up with the lamp?
Yeah, you have it if you want.
Yeah. Does it? Does it look like normal fire?
It seems to have some sort of a magical flame to it, but it's just a very light flame.
Okay. I guess I'll show Bailey and Elle at some point.
Okay.
If they're down there, I'll wander down and show them.
Yeah, they're heading your way as you guys are heading the way. So, as you're heading to the door, both of them are heading to the sedan area.
All right. I'll show them the lamp on the way. We'll intersect there.
Okay.
See if they have any opinions on that.
All right. So at the door, Erebus, Zazriel, and Torn. What do? There's this bar across this bronze door.
Listen at the door for a minute.
Okay, make a perception check.
That is an 18.
All right. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Okay. Does it look like the same kind of door as the other one?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, it does.
Wait, does the bar look like
Heavy bronze door again.
Does it look like it can be lifted?
It looks like it can be slid across.
Okay, I'll do it then, because it's heavy.
Wait. Go put my hand on him. Wait.
Boom!
I'll examine the door, see if it's any traps or anything I'm worried about in relation to sliding the bar.
Okay, go ahead and give me a check here.
Alright, 21.
Okay. So you know that this side is not trapped. And you also realize that opening it on this side is safe and it will disarm whatever traps are on the other side of the door.
Oh, nice. Okay. Alright, so I'll nod and say, go ahead.
So we came the right way.
Okay, shink.
Okay. Shink. All right. Oh, yep, the door.
I hold my shield up and acts up really quick as I push the door open. I'm like,
Okay. All right. So yeah, you push the door,
what's
and it's a hallway that leads to the north, and
north? Wait, north. Oh, wait.
and seems to go beyond. It seems to just lead north and goes beyond your guys' dark vision.
Walk.
Do we recognize the hallway?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Then walk.
All right. So Torn, you're gonna head down the hallway.
Shield.
Do we still have Bailey
What's all the tapping noise?
Valiant and Elle are studying the sedan. Actually, Valiant has said he was going to start. He's starting a ritual to do a detect magic in the room.
Hey, Plank Mail, how about you stay here while me and Erebus go scout, and we'll come back to you if there's anything down there.
Can you go protect the casters?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say he's like 10, 20 feet down the hallway.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Can't control it, but.
Then I will start walking back,
All right, walks back. Okay.
and I'm
Thanks,
gonna be standing by Valiant.
Okay, so you're gonna hold forward and stand by Valiant and Elle.
Well, actually sit down, like I'm up tired today.
Okay. All right, so Erebus and Zazriel, you guys gonna go down the hallway while they're studying this stuff?
After about 20 feet, I'll start checking for traps again. I'm assuming the first 20 are safe.
Yeah, he would probably have said just go ahead and give me one perception check here for the hall.
All right, 19.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you managed to go down the hallway. It's probably about 120 feet in all as you move down the hallway, and you come to this stone block, which I think you're kind of familiar with because you've been probably on another side of this stone block. This block, it seems to have struck the corridor on one side. You're sure there's another corridor here, and you believe you were probably on the other side of this. And like I said, this is this sandstone, just huge block here that's impedes your way.
Yep, just wraps around to the other room.
Yeah, that other hallway. Yeah, so you have to assume that this is that same stone block that obstructed your guys' way.
All right, I think we're done here. We can go upstairs finally. Hopefully get to the top of this place.
We already examined that stone block pretty closely from the other side, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I guess I'll spend a few minutes looking at this side, see if I can figure out anything else. But
yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright. So 27.
Okay, so looking at it a little bit more here, you think if your group was strong enough, which it is, you might be able to move it forward, but it would take probably an incredible amount of strength, and you have two
1.5.
Okay, guards.
able bodies in the group, and you think you probably would need about 4 able, strong bodies to move this to move this block here.
How about
It
one
seems like
angel?
maybe it's just there as an impediment.
Yeah, you think it's purely there as some sort of, who knows, trap, and maybe this trap was set off already and maybe has to be pushed back up into place.
I see. But maybe there's a crushed body in there.
What is that?
Is there any recent blood on the ground?
No.
Roll that stone away.
All right, I'm ready to get back. I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
perfect.
Let's go back to the staircase after
All
we're
right.
done examining.
Yeah, so you'll take the 10 minutes, Valiant's going to take the 10 minutes to do the detect magic. And so you're going to get a very faint magic on this lantern. You're also going to get magic on that amulet. And lo and behold, in the room, actually, in the corner of the room where you guys came in, you're actually going to pick up some magic there.
I'll go check the corner.
This is Valley.
Yeah,
Not you. You have no
I
idea.
don't have no eyes in this magic
Yeah.
world.
So, Valiant, so you go over there and look, and there is this pendant, and it's just dust. There's a bunch of, there's all this, some coral, broken clay, and so without kind of really searching, you probably wouldn't have found it unless you really searched through this room. And you find this pendant that seems it's made of silver and turquoise, and you think it's probably some sort of amulet. It's just, however, just missing the chain. It does have the same design as the black one you have. So you think these are probably the same thing? You just don't know what they are yet.
We gotta take it out.
But they're both magical.
Same dealio. I'll take my long sword and try to slide it around it and put it in my bag carefully.
This one, because there is no chain, you have to pick up or something.
He's not that careful. He'll pick it up and put it in his bag.
Okay, no problem.
You are so to make this.
Die, right?
No dying, not yet.
You're the spawn of a vampire.
You just turned into a wood nymph.
So,
Wasn't the first one a little darker looking, you said?
yeah, so the other one is black, and this one is silver and turquoise.
It's just dirty.
However, they have the same design, and you're pretty sure they're the same thing.
Like, what is the design? Do you have a description of it, or just?
No, not in that sense. Nothing, but
It's just like the pattern. It doesn't actually have any insignia.
yeah, the pattern. Some of the patterns of what you've seen is probably from you've seen it in here on one of the walls. So one of their gods that you've looked at, but you're just not sure which one. You don't quite remember, but you're pretty sure that it was, you saw one of the gods have this on them as well.
Okay.
And so you have to figure some sort of, amulet, maybe some sort of protection or something, who knows.
Yeah, and I want it.
And the first thing you said, was that the lantern you said?
The lantern, yes, has slight magic on it.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll show I'll make a comment about the necklace, the horn, and I'll just say I'll report back to you guys later and figure out what they did.
All right. And then L, really, you don't see anything special or anything. You don't find any sort of scripture or anything, any writing in here.
So there's coral
It's
beads just like filling this sedan chair?
yeah. So these coral, it's coral and shells. You think there's thousands of them. They're probably worth maybe a copper a piece. But it's a matter if you guys want to scoop up. Like I said, there's thousands of them.
Yeah, she's just gonna take a small handful and put them in her pocket.
Okay, no problem.
Bring back.
Yeah.
And then she'll see if she can look at one of the bronze swords from one of the honor cards.
Okay. Yeah, the swords that they have, you don't think they really would fetch anything of worth, really. You think maybe the obsidian spear tips might be like, there's that are worth any of its weight. There's probably 6 of them that are probably worth about 15 gold each, and the others just aren't worth anything.
Does the obsidian do more than normal? Just that. Huh?
What's that?
Does obsidian do anything more than normal?
No.
So I'll be like,
It's just decorative.
Oh.
All right, what do you guys do?
go upstairs.
Right back around.
All right, so you wrap up right back around then, head up the stairs.
Yep.
Okay.
Erebus leading me and Zach.
Nobody ever said anything to any of us about the big stone that needed to be rolled away?
I'm in front of the dog now.
No rock.
I don't know how to, unless Erebus or Zazriel talk to you about it. They just said we're just getting back.
I didn't hear, but I thought it was
It's a dead end, that what you say?
if they didn't say anything, then I didn't.
Yeah. All right. All right. So here we go. All right. So you guys make your way back around. You make your way all the way back up the stairs, past those fire beetles where you fought them earlier. You make yourself way up those stairs where Erebus had already disarmed that trap. And looking around the corner there.
Hey, no, there's a couple
Suddenly the critter
pieces
jumps out at you, right?
in there. Are you going to turn this on?
Please bring a camera.
How's the Silent Hill weather? Same as ever?
Yes. Just one moment,
One moment, please.
lady and gents. Good. Yeah, alright, good. Alright, so this is what you peeking around the corner, Erebus, is what you will see, and the rest of the group will see, assuming here. This spacious vaulted hall, weathered and cracked from the ravages of time. The walls are charred and scored. Scattered around the floor are several stone statues of baboon-like creatures, chipped and tipped over. The remains of a few once living baboons, partially eaten, lie nearby, with fungus covering the corpses. And that's kind of what you see for now, just peering around the corner.
You say some of them look like they were eaten?
Yes. They're partially eaten, that lie nearby the floor, with fungus covering their corpses.
Is the fungus everywhere, or just a little bit here and there?
It's the fungus mainly on these dead bodies.
All right. I guess I'll move in. Check the floor as we go. Well, check everywhere. Look at the ceiling too, whatever. But check for traps and try to make my way through that room. I'll go into stealth mode before I break the plane there. All right, that's a 20.
Ooh, very nice.
So stealthily look. Oops.
All right, so at the other end of the hall,
Why did you have to
see
do that?
this sphere floating in the air about chest height, and this large sphere has a central eye and dozens of tentacles growing out its top. Each appendage has a white sphere with a black pupil at its tip, kind of looking around. However, because of what you rolled, it doesn't spot you yet.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Keep pulling out the beholder.
Oh, shit.
No problem, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's his fault. He gave it to Grandpa for Christmas.
It's my Christmas present.
And it's our death present.
Who got that for us?
Billy.
Billy.
Billy, what the?
Why?
You guys wanted to play a high level game.
That's right, but we're not playing that game.
We're playing a fifth level game right now.
Of the great whisper. Why, you fool? Why?
I'm like, oh.
So what do you guys do?
So I'm very quiet. You back the fuck up.
My duty is to.
Down the stairs.
It's alright, so you motion the group back down the stairs.
What are we doing here?
Back
We have to go up. It's the only way
And then
out.
I tell them, beholder.
Can't just cause your head to the side like what?
Hey,
Well, I guess
Dar.
do I know it's a beholder? I guess it's
With you, absolutely. I'm gonna say, yeah, you know of these creatures, in the Underdark. Dar, yeah, go ahead and give me a nature check.
I just say, what is this?
Anybody that wants to roll, go ahead and give a roll.
Nature.
Other than nature.
Nature. I'm still gonna roll.
15.
Give me that.
15.
So, all right. So anybody that rolls above a 15,
Yes.
you're gonna know, yes, of a beholder. This fabled creature that has eyes that do multiple things, but the very worst is, of course, is the disintegrate. That's the one you have to worry about the most. The central eye is disintegration. But yes, there's different. Each tentacle seems to be able to do something different.
Guys, maybe we should go take a full rest first before we.
Learn what these pendants do. Learn what these pendants do.
I need to warm up my wings again.
Take a rest and hope that thing goes away and doesn't find us.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I feel like it's a protector down here, just like the other two things we ran into.
I just dropped tiger form.
All right, you drop tiger form. All right.
Dropped tiger form. I mean, order.
I think we can kill it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go snap
bookworm.
real quick.
I talked to the last big thing. It's your turn to go talk to it.
Yeah. Yeah, Erebus, you know that these things, beholders are very smart. They can talk, telepathy usually, but they're very intelligent, very cunning. They usually have minions working for them.
And if you want
Alex
to show
can
the
keep walking
people,
away.
there's a book right there.
Erebus just keeps walking down the stairs.
I mean, the rest of it is like.
We're gonna take
Was
a
there a
short
door?
rest.
Was there a door at the bottom of those stairs?
At the bottom of the stairs, yes, there's a door. That's where the fire pit, those fire beetles that you guys fought earlier, that's that room.
I'm gonna try to wave people through and close that door.
Alright, so you guys can all head down
We're
there
gonna head down
and talk.
there into the room with the two dead people.
That's further down.
It's not that far down.
No, it's not that far down. You're just down the
I just
hall.
want to go back for just
Okay, a little bit further.
Take a little rest. We're gonna take a short rest for sure.
Alright.
Because this guy is terrible with his abilities.
I don't need to use them all on this one, though.
Before we start resting, who is wounded right now?
Yeah, I can tell you
I
that.
am.
So,
Wait, am I? Yeah.
yes. So Zazriel's -5 right now. And has used 3 hit dice. And Torn
Minus
is
one.
-9, has used 2 hit dice. And all of his stuff.
But I did it all.
Kit is -15 and has used 1 hit die. Erebus is -2 and hasn't used anything. Dar is I think it's 5 or 15.
I got 5.
5, yep, so -5 and has also used 3 hit dice and 1 rage. Valiant is perfectly fine. And L is also perfectly fine but has used 2 hit dice.
And as far as people who I've hit with,
You're fresh with that. None of them, because that was after, you're good to go.
that's what I thought. So I'm gonna definitely hit both Dar. Well, Katara is the worst wounded, right?
The worst wounded is Torn. Or no, Kit, sorry. Kit's the worst wounded, -15.
-15.
Yeah.
And then it's in.
Let's get my 9 back.
Alright, so 9 back. So -6. Alright, and use healing.
Horn gets 4 plus his level.
Which is 4.
So
So
8.
8.
So -1.
I'm all better. I got 6. 1 hit that.
You're like.
Oh, sorry, I said 4 plus his level. 8 plus his level. Alright.
Oh, so he's all better then. Okay. You're all better, Torn.
Okay. Oh, 4.
Alright.
Almost.
Why would you write 0?
I just
Why
like
don't you
that.
just erase that?
I don't just do it.
So,
Refresh. That's what I normally do. Fresh.
Alright. So you guys are going to take a short rest?
Or fight a beholder.
All right, so I also
You want to take a long rest?
well let me remind you of this. So y'all take a short rest. I need you all to make a saving throw.
What type of saving throw?
I believe it's Constitution, but let me just double check as I go back here and look. That might be rough.
Nice.
I think it was not, as I recall.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. This is not gonna. You're not gonna get any benefit of being the dwarf here in this stuff. Yeah. So it's a DC. Where's it?
I'm
You
19.
said con?
Yeah, Constitution.
My strength. They used to throw like toxic.
Alex, how's your dice? Getting nice and hot?
Yeah.
Assume a 22 should work, right, Bill?
Yeah. All right. So Zazria, what did you?
13.
13
Like toxic
14.
bomb.
or 14. All right. So you're gonna be -2 at the end of the hour.
What am I minus?
Toward what did you roll for?
19.
19. You're gonna be
You had to roll. Should have had you roll, Alex.
-3.
What? How he misses his save and make mine and I get
All
more.
your stuff back, right?
How do you know I missed it?
Huh?
How do you know I missed it?
After making
Could have just been half.
Kit, what did you roll for a save?
I got 17.
All right, perfect. 17. So I'm gonna have you at -7 right now.
Minus 7.
Erebus, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Oh, but you're lucky. I just rolled a 1. So I'm -3.
Oh, nice.
All right, and Dar, what did you roll?
22.
Nice. All right, so I just have you at -6.
22 and he gets minus 6.
Valiant, what did you roll?
And
10. Well, you're lucky. I just rolled a 1 for you. So you -1.
-1 damage.
Yep. And then L.
a 6.
So -4. -4 for L.
Can I tell you something?
All right, so that's at the end of the hour.
The highest roller dog took the most damage out of everybody.
So,
So are we gonna roll dice for this situation or what? Because I'm not volunteering to go talk to the beholder.
Do you want me to go talk to him?
You're an angel of death. You're an angel of
Not really. You're kind of the healer, and if he shoots a ray of disintegration at you, that's not good.
You're an angel of death. I'm gonna go talk to him. Because you're able to avoid the ray.
I will,
What's the half-orc guy?
I will speak with it.
No.
All right, Valen, you volunteered.
If I speak, do we have a fireball somewhere?
Wait, did you find out what the
Are you
pendant
sure
is?
about this?
Oh, I mean, Torn wants to know if you're gonna do identify on these amulets. There you go.
After. Take time.
I need more
Don't
time.
worry about
He needs what time?
I need more time than an hour.
You're
But
worried about magic items when you could die right here?
But these things could protect us from dying.
Okay,
No, I
sure.
think we should go talk to the beholder, and if you come with me, I think we'll be fine.
Yep, let's have the elf and the dwarf go talk to the beholder.
If it points an eye at you, I'll step in front.
I'd
Well,
survive it.
Then why do we want to see you there?
Try and get past it without dying.
I'd be able to survive it better.
Well, see, there's dead bodies on the ground, so that means somebody's already failed at getting past.
Maybe they just tried to attack it.
I don't want to be those bodies, so that's why I say we should talk to it.
Dead bodies and stone bodies.
Yeah.
But you gotta show them the couple of the monsters.
Yes, that is correct. Some of them were stone bodies.
Some of you probably have the message spell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Let it know we're here so it can come find us.
Can't you do it, Erebus? Erebus.
Yeah. No, I have the message now, yeah. I have it.
What other options do you have? We might want to come up with a plan for combat as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we might be able to take it if we rush it together, too. How many eyes does it have?
What did I see?
It had like you think
13.
probably
13.
dozen stocks, I think. Let me just make sure. Hold on 1 sec.
It doesn't.
And then an extra disintegration eye.
One for every book you've ever read, Darn.
Well,
So 0.
if Santa's were to take any of your arrows, and you were to take any of your arrows and shoot the eyes, and I walk up and hack at any of the, with Tor, and we hack any of the eye stalks, we maybe could come out of this thing alive.
Yeah, I mean, you think it's probably, you thought it was probably about a dozen stocks on it.
So should we not shoot the center eye? Wouldn't that make more sense? Where does his big ray of disintegration come from?
The
Any
center.
eye or the center?
Center.
I don't know. Anybody else know?
Anybody that rolled a 15, you would know that legend is the center eye, is the ray of disintegration.
That's where all the beauty is.
I have a feeling I'm gonna die though this time. Like,
Alright, well then.
Or at least that's the legend.
Alright, so we shoot back with bows, me and Erebus. You and Torin run up on it, and Kit follows behind and starts
Probably throw some kind of spell on it.
clawing.
blindness.
I can throw spells on it, yes, and I can also probably protect someone from the disintegration for one momentary effect. Oh, that could help.
Valiant, do
So I
you
can probably save one and do some damage. Oh,
Valiant? Do you have blindness and deafness?
these things are resistant to magic?
Probably.
Best spell for this would be blindness.
So if they're resistant to magic, then casting spells at it probably ain't power.
The best spell for this would be
Don't try.
blindness. Hey, do any of you guys have blindness?
So we're gonna talk to it?
Yeah, let's talk to it first, and then if negotiations don't go
I
well.
think we should talk to it first. I hate to. Yeah, we're all agreed if it goes south, we're just gonna attack the big eye.
Yeah, use message. Don't go around the corner.
I mean, my suggestion is we just all go talk to it together, and
Hell no. Hell no. You can use your message spell and talk to it. We are not going to all stand in the room and talk to it.
I think it's better actually to press it, because if it turns hostile, the more time it has, the more damage it's going to do.
But if we press it, the negotiations aren't going to go well at all. So you just want to attack. You don't even want to talk.
No, I want to talk with it as a group. I'm thinking only a couple people talking with. Like, even a message is not that good of an idea, because, like JD said, it knows we're there. So then it's going to be able to prepare. That's true. If it's a large group, it might be. The whole thing is, yeah, we have a big group. We have like 1v6 or 7. Can I analyze people, kind of deal?
Huh. Let's
Hey,
say.
were there any of them those bodies you were talking about?
I don't think it's worried about numbers because it has 12 eyes.
13
Well,
eyes.
the question I have is, any of those bodies turned to stone over there?
Yeah. Yes. That's it.
So, it
But
disintegrates
that's
you, turns you to stone, or some other bad thing.
I survived any of these.
What are we offering for negotiation? We won't kill it. So we're just threatening him.
Is it guarding the way? Do we know what's behind it even?
Oh, it's the way out.
It looked like it was at least.
Yeah, there's another hallway beyond it. Yeah.
More close to the rail.
So if you're not going to message it, I say we just attack it then. Because I'm not going up there to talk to it as a group.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm gonna go to the corner.
Huh?
We're like behind a door down a hallway.
Hallway.
Yeah, right now
we
it's
got
in
another
a separate
section.
room.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
not. This is during rest time.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go up to the corner. You wanna follow me by and I'll haul around the corner and say, "Hey, you there?"
All right.
That's all my plan. Since you guys can't seem to figure this out.
You want to go talk to it? Yep. I just want to know who's going to talk to it. I don't want to talk to it as a group.
Azrael talks to it, or Valia, or El.
Yeah, I vote
I'd rather
Zazriel.
see the alien do it. He's
Where's
like,
Chuck?
he's the magic purpose when they get.
What is this?
So Zazriel, you can avoid the disease.
Where's Chuck during all
My
that?
Yeah, I'll go talk
Oh,
to
John,
her.
he's with you
Why
guys.
don't we go to the corner like you said,
Just
except I'll
listen.
message you.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
What?
And you guys just be ready.
Pull behind. Feel free to help us.
All right. Thank you for finally doing it, Valiant.
Hey, John, our beholders resistance to magic.
Oh, John. What I believe, yes. From what I mean, I don't know much about beholders other than they're nasty. Yeah, they're just as bad as some demons. You know, they're very cunning.
Put me around the corner so that I'm actually within eyeshot of it.
You want to be around. You don't want to be around the corner.
I want to be out of the way. I don't want it to have it shot at me just because I come. I want the corner as protection.
Okay, that's I think what we have.
You have the corner of protection.
Yep.
So who is that standing there in front there on the picture?
Valiant.
I think he was going to be around the corner too, weren't you, Valiant?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Baxter? No way.
Yeah, we're not standing where it can see us.
Do I need a new stealth? I'm assuming I can't hold my 20 forever.
Well, yeah, I won't have you do a stealth right now because one, you have Dar and others in front of you, so
That's better.
I won't have you do that. So
Guys, it's Baxter and let's jump it.
you need to be. All right, so Valiant and Dar, I guess you two peek around the corner and you see this floating beholder, but its back is actually toward its main eye is facing the other direction, but the stalks are kind of just, going everywhere.
So it's basically.
What do you do, Valiant or Dar?
Alrighty, I think I just see it, to do message, so I'll go ahead and throw the spell and then hide instantly around the wall to be completely out of sight.
Okay.
As Dark peeks around the wall, anybody close by hears a little. He goes, oh hell, just myself.
And I guess I'll go ahead and just in common say, don't be alarmed, mighty one.
All right. So yeah, it does a quick turn around, it's looking around. It's turning in circles, kind of where it's at.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm just down the hall here. I just want to talk to you.
Shit.
All right.
I don't think we hear that, guys.
No.
I know we don't.
Right?
It's a little bit unclear if he actually has to say it out loud.
The beads of sweat are dribbling down my forehead into my beard.
It does look like he whispers it, so maybe we
Yeah, it does a whisper. So probably the runs that are right next to Valley would probably hear that. All right, so yeah, Dar kind of just peeking around the corner, or even Valley, even if you're just looking at a
I'm
glimpse.
out, dude. I'm like, dude,
You see it move just a little bit towards your guys' direction.
even torn back.
Moves about 10 feet closer.
Can we talk for a moment?
No response, except it moves 10 feet closer.
Well, we don't know
Moving
that.
back 10
No,
feet,
those two, I was saying, they kind of probably might have a little glimpse around
Yeah,
the
I'll
corner.
go ahead and turn back now and say, yeah, we're gonna probably get late here.
So, do you move down the hall or down the stairs or anything like that? I can make this stair
What's
a little
that?
longer. Are you moving back down these stairs?
No, I'm gonna step behind guard, and I want to throw haste on it.
Okay.
and then I'll move in front of where it
What does that
is.
do for me?
She's not.
Go ahead and look this spell up because it gives you a fair
Oh,
amount
yeah, she's not.
of X.
I'm actually gonna jump up there when Valiant steps down.
And I'm gonna say we're gonna need help. He's gonna attack us.
Oh, just down over down the hallway.
Well, as soon as they cast out on me, I'm gonna take the initiative. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna do what now?
Well, as soon as he casts haste on me, I feel like I'm moving faster and whatnot. I'm gonna go out there and go after it.
Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead.
Dar, keep in vision of me though, okay?
Dar says, "Fuck it." Starts.
He goes running around the corner.
His eyes start to look wild, and he thinks I'm reaching.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Alright, so what is this gun? I'm still trying to look up haste.
I can read some of it out to you if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ryan.
Alright, let me go ahead. I guess that's it. Kind of pull it up.
Can I get an initiative when we get started?
I'm gonna give him a surprise attack here, and then I'll go into Nish.
So the target's speed is doubled. They gain +2 to AC. It has advantage on dexterity saving rolls. It gains an additional action on each of its turns, which can be used to be an attack action, a dash, a disengage, a hide, or use object.
All right.
Okay.
So double speed, +2 AC, advantage on dexterity saves, and an additional action, which is likely to be attacks.
Right, it could be dash.
Or dash.
Right.
Or disengage or hide. It's concentration up to 1 minute.
Alright. So,
Your hide's at disadvantage.
alright, so I'm moving around the corner, moved up to the swing.
Okay.
This is a surprise attack, is that right?
You'll get to act. You're getting to act before anybody else here.
And I'm raging, so. I think I'm going to. I'm just going to try regular spin it. This is what it's like. And I rolled a 17 on the dice plus 7 is 24.
You hit.
Hey, alright, I hit for 8 plus 6 of raging, so 14 points of damage with my +1 crit axe.
All right. Perfect. Poof! It blows up.
Gladys gave it a kiss.
It blows up, and this gas now fills down part the hallway here. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw
It
here.
was fake.
Is
It
this
was
poison?
fake.
Yes, this is poison.
Cool, I get advantage.
Thank goodness it was a fake.
26.
All right, so perfect. So you are gonna save there.
At least it was fake.
It's a puffball.
So you are gonna still take 6 points of damage there, Dar.
Fake one.
So I have you at -12.
He saved.
How far is the next person?
15 feet.
15. Who is that?
In the torn.
Torn. Torn. I need you to also make a saving throw. Constitution.
20.
All right. So yep, you're good to go. So you are also going to just take 6 points of damage.
9.
So that'll be -9.
I'm almost
And then
points down already.
what's the distance for the next people?
25.
Okay, they're fine. All right. You can take Mr. Beholder off the board.
He isn't an actual real beholder.
You look like a woman.
Look like a beholder.
It was a fake.
And there's statues in the room, and
Yeah, it's a fake though. Somebody set this up.
All right, perfect. All right, and then yeah, okay. All right, good. All right, what do you do now? So this thing just blows up on you. There's
That's a relief.
there's tendrils on the floor, and there's just carcass now. This rotten
Stinking
carcass.
cloud.
Yeah, it just smells putrid. In the hallway now. You guys get the whiff of it. It's just nasty smelling.
Okay, I'll run through.
Yeah, in the hallway.
Don't hurt it once.
Am I allowed to run through it quickly, like dash?
You're fine because you've already, if you want to run through it, because you've already made the
I'm like, it
save.
stinks, man. Why do you have to do it? Who gave you a bean burrito?
What was this?
Are we still in initiative?
No, I didn't have to roll initiative, but I'm just kind of getting action. So Torn goes running in there,
Yeah.
tries to get past this cloud.
What are you doing? Why are you running in it?
why? I don't know why he ever
The
runs.
moment you like don't fear death all of a sudden is when you run in it.
Yeah, exactly.
All
You're
right,
dashing. All right.
Get out of the stinking cloud.
all right. So he goes running through. So yeah, on the other side you see a hallway that seems to go about 30 feet and then it turns off to the north. All right, Dar, what are you doing?
Well, since I've got haze, Torn, I'm making past you.
All
I'm gonna
right.
go
And
real
I tricked
far
you.
as long as I'm
No, you're
sped
not.
up.
You can't
See
do
what
that.
the hell's going on up here.
All right, so you want to move Dar to double speed, and then another, I guess.
So that's 50 and 50.
Single, yeah. All right, so yeah, so what it is, Dars, it's a hallway. You go down, and then it breaks off down here. So it breaks off to the north, and then it also breaks off to the west. So this hallway becomes 2, and you think probably another. Well, I'll just tell you guys because you'll be coming down anyways, I'm assuming. So these 2 hallways, this first one, the very first one that breaks off to the west, goes beyond your dark vision, and the other one that goes north breaks down to the west as well. So I kind of give you that. So you have 2 hallways that are going to end up both going west.
Okay, so the one to the north.
Well, you go north. What you do is the hallway you go down turns to the north, and then that north hallway, there's 2 hallways that go west. They're just separated by about 20 feet. So
Okay, do either of them go up or down, or
no, there's no stairs or nothing like that or leveling when
you can't
it's
tell
going
a
up.
grade? Like,
There's no grade. There's no grade here.
Right or left? Let's see which one.
All right, no, hold on. So all right, so you 2 do that. So the rest of you guys, what are you doing? So the gas is still kind of dissipating in the air.
Well, they run off. I'm looking to follow.
You gonna run through the gas?
Oh, I'll grab her hand. Wait.
What do you think? It's just gonna disappear and go into the next cloud that we already have in front of us with Silent Hill?
Yep.
All right, I'll wait.
All right.
Then move this.
All right. So yeah, so you guys are waiting a little bit for to see when this dissipates here.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
All right. Yeah.
Think dust cloud.
Yeah.
Or am I gonna run through it?
Yeah. It stinks to holy hell. Nasty cloud.
Back
Yeah.
up 60 feet. Oh wait.
All right. So I'm going to go with Dar. So you have these two hallways that lead west. Are you going to wait for the group, or are you going to explore either of them?
I'm gonna head down the right one.
Okay, I'll follow.
All right. So you're going to move down the first one or the second one? The closest
One
one?
on the right. If they're both in front of me, I'll take the one on the right.
Well, they're both to your left. They're basically both. They're two hallways that both go west.
So if you
Yep,
turn
I take
straight,
and I look straight at the two of them, and I go, okay, the one that's on the right hand side.
Neither of them are on the right hand side. They're both on your left hand
no,
side.
you don't get what
Quiet.
he's saying.
They're both on your left side.
I realize that. So okay, so I turn to my left, so that I'm facing the hallways.
All right.
There's one on my left and one on the right, right?
No, they're both on your left. Both of these hallways lead west.
No, I just turned to my left so that I'm no longer on my
You want
side.
to go
It's
to
in
the
front of me.
farthest end hall.
All right. Do you want to just go the farthest end one?
Sure.
All right. I don't care. You're being goofy. I want to put. I'm not trying to put this. You can go do your little circles, but they're both leading to the west. Both hallways are going to the west. So you're going to the far one. What are you doing there, Torn?
I'm following.
Oh yeah, you're gonna just follow behind him. All right. So yeah, let's see how far he gets on this haste. A little bit.
And I'm using the full haste.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah.
He only gets 15 ahead of Torn every time.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. I'm not worried about that. I'm just seeing how far he's gonna get. All right. So let's see what you see down the hall.
I need to get some experience right now.
Oh, so as you come down this hallway, you approach another bend in the passage, and you see a series of faint line drawings on the walls depicting people playing a game that uses a ball and has goals on either end of the playing field.
They created soccer.
And so that is what you see.
And he kind of says to himself, shit, I hate these people already. They do dwarf to us.
All right, so if you kind of go a little further down this hallway, where it comes to this bend, you're gonna come to at the end of where this corridor bends here. You're gonna see some etchings on a stone slab, and there's several glyphs obscured by a layer of dust.
Okay?
That's on the
Anything
floor.
else here? Is that it?
That's what you kind of see is you see this looks like on the wall here, you'll see what looks to be is almost like a mask, and in the where the mouth this mouth is, it's a rather large hole, probably about a foot, I would say, open mouth. And it has two eyes, and then on top of, like, it looks like it's probably wearing some sort of headdress. And on top of the headdress, the center of the headdress, it looks to be like a skull wearing a helmet itself. But yeah, on the floor is where there's this, it looks like there's some sort of maybe writing on the floor here. Go ahead, give me actually, because you're dwarf, give me your what is it, your stone cunning? What do you have?
Oh, okay. 19.
Okay, so you think there's this stone on the floor that can be lifted. However, it would require a couple of strong people to lift this stone off the floor, move this stone a little bit where it currently is.
So I don't think I can lift it.
Not by yourself.
Okay.
But there's ruins on top of it, and you think it's some sort of language here that you've seen in this place, but of course you don't understand what it is. But that's kind of what you get. And I would say with that, by then, Torn, you're going to catch up to him. And then with the rest of you guys, the gas seems to dissipate.
Okay. It does dissipate, you said?
Yes.
Okay, great.
At least this gas dissipates, not the other gas.
Yeah, Silent Hills forever.
Silent Hills forever.
They don't know.
Yes, in that case, unless somebody objects, I'll take lead and start tracking, I guess, our dwarven friend.
The orc isn't your friend.
I'm sure.
The orc isn't your friend, I guess.
All right,
Hey,
so
Torn,
yes.
Torn, help me lift this stone.
All right.
Two of us.
What's your strength?
My strength is savage. I think it is. It's 16.
All right, and then Dar, what's your strength?
That was mine, 16.
All right, so that would be a total of
32.
32. All right, so so you guys are actually able to move this stone, and beneath this stone is this pit filled with what looks like skeletal remains of some humans here, and at the bottom here, let me tell you everything that's here. So
How deep is the pit?
it's 10 feet deep.
Okay.
Now let me just make sure that is, but I believe it's 10 feet.
And I got 4 feet hot. It's like,
Yeah, so this is what you see down in this 10-foot pit here. I read this before. Why can't I see it? There it is. All right, yeah, 10 foot. So this is what down in this 10-foot pit. Atop of these bones, you see like several figures that are made of jade and a glistening black ball that's about 1 foot in diameter.
so that could fit in that 1 foot mouth.
Yes, that is correct.
I grabbed the ball.
Okay, so are you going to climb down? Hold on, I'll put you guys.
Hey, Torn, I'm too short to go down there. Why don't you go see if you can get those figurines?
And the ball, so we can put it in the mouth.
Yeah, you better get the ball, too.
Where's Twist?
Yeah, take it, toss it up to me, and then I can help you out.
Champion looking guy. Oh, that's
I
right.
got
Yeah,
rope
the
here.
champion orc.
All right, so yeah. So
Here,
there's,
actually, you know what? I got rope. Why don't we just... Well, I can help lower you down and help you climb out again if you keep the rope around you.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll tie a rope to him, and then I can help lower him down and help pull him out again afterwards.
all right, sure. So no problem.
Jade figurines and the ball.
Yep, you go down there, and
Like,
as soon as you touch the ball, it flies off from your hand. It just shoots
can I try
out.
and grab it as it shoots out?
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll. What'd you roll?
A 5.
All right, no. All right, so it shoots down the hall.
Down the hall, back where we came.
Nope, down this way.
Okay, grab the jade figures and I'm like, pull me up.
It's gonna take more than just that quick to grab
Take
these
a little better look around there and see if there's anything else, buddy.
Yeah, so you're in the pit.
So So do I see
Almost out of your reach. See if there's any other good trinkets down there.
This is so. This is gonna be fun. I couldn't ask for a better situation here. All right, and so the ball goes flying down about chest-wise down the hallway, and then you hear this loud bang, and you guys hear this down the hall as you guys are tracking down.
Well, they found the trap. Thank God we weren't there with them.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
It was nice knowing Torn and
Big natural 20, son. Natural 20. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get there, buddy.
I need there. Like, I need it.
All right, so
I'm leaving the Jade figures. Once I feel that, I'm like, oh, we can come back to this. Like,
all right, I'm gonna actually roll a d4 for me. What'd you roll? Come on.
3.
All right, so you managed to get 3 of the jade figures in your bag so far. All right, so anybody above a 20?
22.
All right. So 20 to 22. 16 to 15.
16 for.
Or sorry, 16 to 20. My bad. Sorry, 16 to 20. I'm sorry. What is Valiant's at 20?
Yeah.
And then L is what?
16.
16.
Don't
All right,
worry.
11 to 15.
11.
12.
That's real. There we go.
That's just like pretty good.
All right, what is Dar?
3.
And what is Kit?
I'm a 5.
As Liam would say, on the double.
On the double. On the double.
Paw Patrol's on the way.
Now also, Buzz, you two are gonna see this. That mouth that was black before now is glowing yellow like the sun is glowing, and then at the end, all the way down this hallway here, is another same thing. This mask that's glowing. I'll show you guys a picture of this so you can all see
What's
this
about
looks
to happen to them?
What?
So it's like Tomb Runner. Temple Run.
So you guys check that out, and there you guys go.
So do we have to like get it into one of them?
I am not good at that game.
I'm amazing at it. Like I'm a G at it.
Okay. So, all right. So Torn, you are up first.
I jump out of the hole.
All right. So you climb on out of
How
there.
much movement is that?
All right. So it's gonna cost.
10? I'm 6 foot, dude. I'm 6 foot.
Well, make a
I have the rope. I have the rope.
Yeah, I know. Make an athletics check.
Advantage.
No, not advantage. What do you roll?
No, 4. Oh my god. So that's 9 total.
Okay, so with that, so that you're gonna it's gonna take 20 feet of your movement to climb on out of there.
Okay, 20 feet.
Yes.
Then
He's going towards it.
I'm gonna try and dive at it, basically.
That's 10.
Can I try and dive at it as I'm charging?
You sure? If you want to try. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna just stand right by it. Shield X ready. Order.
You realize
That's the
you
kid.
like that. We're together attached to the rope.
And actually, I'm gonna move myself 10 feet back because I'm actually going to untie the rope as my action instead.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm not gonna dash, I'm gonna actually untie the rope.
Okay.
I like to throw the rope. I'm like, this is Temple Run, so this is.
All right, Valiant. So you are up. I'm going to say the rest of you guys, where you guys are at, is at the end. So you see Dar, and you may have even just witnessed Torn climbing out the pit on the opposite side, and the rest of you guys are down this hallway heading towards them. At the end of this hallway, and so Valiant, you see this. You guys hear this loud buzz sound. So what does Valiant do?
I am in the beholder room doing a ritual detect magic.
Okay, perfect. So you don't even. All right. So you still hear the buzzing sound, but yep, then you're back there. I'll just have you in that room. All right. All right. So. All right. So this thing starts heading down the hallway.
Did I get it?
No, I had to untie the rope.
Oh yeah, because you couldn't even use your standard action to actually grab it because you had to do 2 movements. Yeah.
No, I only used 1 movement to just untie the rope. I'm gonna get 2.
Why would you attack the rope?
Because I'm tied to Dar.
But the rope's 100 feet.
All right. So it starts hovering down, flying down the hallway.
Does it look like it's about to go, like, is it in a straight path with the mouth?
Intelligence check,
Protect-
buddy.
Go ahead. Make an intelligence.
That's a hard thing to
No,
tell.
for you, let's make an intelligence check for you.
Nah!
That's a 10, buddy.
Oh, I thought it
Natural
was
10.
Natural!
It looks so. Look, it looks such like a 20.
Natural 10.
An 11.
All right.
An 11.
You think it's probably heading down there to the other hole.
Because it looks such like a 20 or 19, like it's like home.
All right, El, what do you do?
Shake my head. I guess we're going towards where these guys are messing around with things.
All right. Are you gonna take a double move, or just gonna go a normal move and just shake your head?
Or double move sounds great.
All right. So yeah, so getting down the hallway, it's probably gonna put you about 30 feet from Dar.
That's fine.
All right. I'm assuming Zaz will do the same. Erebus, you
Use a cunning action to stealth.
okay?
Alright, natural 20.
All right.
And I will move at a casual pace towards the
Because this happens every
towards
day.
the action people.
All right. Perfect.
I guess you can do a double move. That's fine.
All right.
It's the action runners.
All right, Kit. What are you gonna do?
So there's this red beam of light.
It's down the hallway. You see off the wall, because you guys can't really. I showed you the description, but you can't see that yet because it's against the other wall. But you definitely see like the sunlight that seems to be generating out of the wall here on the southern wall.
Cautiously move forward.
All right, perfect. All right, Dar, you are up.
Oh, you meant to, nothing else happened. I thought something was gonna. Why are you going down that damn hallway? Get back this way, Torn. That thing's gonna kill you. And I take off triple move back up the way we came.
All right, so Dar runs right by you. It runs right by you, Erebus, probably Zazriel, and catches, comes, right by Kit. All right, it's a new round. All right, Torn, you're up.
Ugh. 50, 20, 25,
All right.
30 to move in front of it and grab it as it's moving.
All right. All right, go ahead and make a roll. And you burn your hands off.
Natural 20.
All right. So yep. So you grab the ball.
Oh, it's natural 10 again.
And then it starts pulling you down the hallway.
All right. Valian, you are doing the ritual, right? Detect magic down there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So I'll come back to you. All right. So. Takes it right out of your hands.
That trying to reach for it.
No. No. Mm-mm. Not how it works, buddy.
Hey, at least it didn't drag you with it.
It's like, no, man. I'm like, oh.
Just goes right on down. It just flies down.
Okay, I'm gonna probably leave it now.
All right, Elle, what are you doing?
So now what do I see at this hallway intersection? There's an engraving on one side.
Yeah, so when you get down here, you're gonna see on the floor where this plate that they moved, this stone plate that they moved off, this pit, is there's some sort of writing in their language that is on the brick or on the stone floor where they moved this, and then like I said, against the southern wall is where you see this glowing like sunlight coming out of a mouth of that picture that I showed you. And then there's a pit, a 10-foot pit down below.
Below it. Okay, and then so I'll go to that corner, look to the right,
Okay?
and I see another one down the hallway. That
Yeah,
way.
another one all the way down the hallway glowing. And you see this black ball that's moving, it's about chest height, that's moving away from Torn. And you see Torn looking confused with his hands, open.
Okay, a black ball is flying around between these two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And there's stuff down in the pit, so they moved a portion of this floor.
Yeah, they moved the portion of the floor.
But it wasn't like a pit trap that they fell in.
No. It seems like they moved this stone floor. They pulled this stone floor so they could look down into this pit trap. And down in this pit trap, there is some skeletons, remains of looks like human skeletons, along with several items that looks like jade statues, these figurines.
Okay. That's a lot of info. I back up 5 feet.
All right.
Wait to hear a splat.
All right. All right, Zazario, what do you do? I had you move down if you want to.
Moving down the hallway.
All right, so you can join L if you want.
Oh, I don't want to get that close.
Okay, so you're just cautiously moving.
I'll move up a one movement and be there.
Okay, and just so you know, Dar ran by you back towards kids.
Dar, why are you running?
There's something bad about to happen, and I'm not going to be in the middle of it.
Okay, I'll go with Dar.
You're just gonna cause it.
It's something else. I tried to tell Tor get out of that hallway. I wouldn't go down there.
Yeah, he doesn't listen. It's a hard
No,
story.
you do.
All right.
Cannonball, and it's going to be playing tag, I think. One into the hole to the other.
Maybe I should become an orc shaman. I heard they listen to those people.
All right, Erebus, what are you gonna do?
Alright, I can move up to the edge.
Oh yeah, yep.
Alright, can I take a shot at that black thing?
Yeah, because they're both. Neither of them are really right there. Yeah, you can definitely take a shot at it.
Alright, let's see what I can do here. Alright, 21 to hit.
All right, that's gonna hit.
Alright, cool. And damage. 13, 18 points.
Okay, 18. All right.
Also, we're hitting this thing now.
I don't know what you're doing, bro. You do what you want to do.
And then I will I'll fade back a little bit, do cunning action, and go into stealth again.
All right, so when you hit it, it seems to ping, 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 ping down the hallway. It just as you shoot it, you seem to definitely hit it, and you make a. I'll give you a quick perception check here.
Okay, good. That's helpful. Alright, 20.
Alright, yeah, you think you actually damage it. However, you also helped push it down further down the hallway.
What can I do?
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright, and then you back up a little bit.
I back up and do stealth.
Alright, perfect. Alright, Kit, you are up.
So I see Dar running towards me
Yes.
and then the rest moving towards the light.
So it looked like Elle went down there, was taking a look at stuff, backed off a little bit. Erebus went around and shot around the corner quickly and then backed off a little bit. And Zazriel's just kind of moving rather patiently slow.
Lackadaisical.
Yeah, like doesn't really care. So.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit and stay within eye shot.
Okay. All right, Dar, what are you doing?
Dar's gonna kind of sit there by Kitty and just kind of watch down the hallway and see what happens. Muttering under his breath a little prayer to the dwarven gods that
So is it a character
perhaps this
every
one
new
man
adventure?
of work ought to
Is
be
it a new character every adventure?
left alive.
All right. All right.
He's not that bad, guys.
All right. It's a new round. All right, Torn, what are you doing?
I dash back like nope. Too much. I dash backwards towards the group. I'm like,
Dive in the hole!
30. When are you gonna make your jump check?
jump,
Yep.
which is acrobatics.
Athletics.
Ooh, that's easy.
Then you roll a 2.
3. 3, man. That's a 3.
Okay, well, it's
So it's
I knew it
8.
was low.
An 8.
Beautiful.
All right, so you see Dar like trying to jump over the pit and lands in it.
You mean Torn.
Torn, sorry, Torn.
Can I use the rest of my 20 feet of movement? Because 10 feet for jump.
No. Sorry, I'm done.
It was an extra 10 to get there when you fell into the pit.
All right, so you take 4 points of damage,
Falling into
falling into the pit.
you know,
Minus
6
13, you
points.
fall on your back. Oof! You guys hear, oh!
You can't say oof because you know my game's in
Hold the elbow, stick it in your rib cage or something.
Okay.
I have a little bit to get out of this ring.
Barely. Maybe I'll go down there and shoot it further.
All right, Elle, what are you doing?
Don't shoot it, Al.
I think this is a great time for.
Does this thing keep careening down the hallway? Like step 5 forward and look?
Yeah, if you take the step 5 and look back down, yeah, it seems to be heading towards the end of the hallway. Where exactly another one of these exact same on the north wall, that same picture with a glowing mouth. So yeah, it looks like it's heading towards that.
I think it's a good time for target practice, everyone. It's a moving object. Let's line our shots up.
I hate you guys.
Alright, so I'm going to step back 15 feet.
All right.
And
If they kill my character, I'm coming back as a yin yang.
Anything else, or just wait? You can
Come
see
back
what.
as a snake.
Wait.
All right, Zazriel, what are you gonna do?
So I'm like 20 feet away, right?
You can be 15 feet away if you want. Absolutely.
Dare do it, man.
Or
If
10,
he kills my
whatever
character,
you want to be. 10, 15 feet, 20. It's up to you.
Grandpa, if he kills my character, I get to come back as a yin yang. That's
No.
the deal.
Sorry, that's not.
What if it just busts you with the sunlight ability? Like flame source sunblade. What if you just hold on?
All right, what are you doing, man? We're out of limited time
Shoot
here.
it.
Hey, Erebus, did you damage the ball at all, or did it just go down further?
I nod. Yeah, I heard it.
I go down and I shoot it twice.
All right.
Twice, dude. You want me to die?
No. I fumble.
Thank goodness.
So what happens?
Thank goodness.
I fall in the pit.
That's great. All right.
Ha. Hey, good to see you.
All
Ha.
right.
Oh.
All right. So you fall in and land right on Torn there. He's laying on the bottom there. And so I would just have you take 2 points of damage as you land on Torn.
He lands on my shield. I'm like, ugh.
You have your shield out right now.
Yeah, dude.
Remember, you're grabbing the thing. All right, that's Zazriel. Erebus, you are up.
Alright, this is like a comedy of errors. Alright, I want to move up, lead around, take another shot.
All right, fall in the
How
pit.
far down the hallway is it?
Roll a low.
It's probably close to about 100 feet down.
Alright, I'm still okay then. I'm still within range. Alright, I'll take a shot, see what happens here. And can I be clear, is there the mouth thing, is it right to the left, right over the pit?
Yes, it's actually on the wall. It's on the base, the south wall. So they're facing on each side of this hallway. They're on the long length of it.
So
So
it's to my left and right above
yeah,
those
to
guys.
your left, right above them.
Alright, let me just take a shot here, see what happens.
The rope's still there, right? Car's been just
Alright,
dragging it
AC
along.
23,
Yeah,
it's
I know he tied it. He untied himself.
Yeah, but just been dragging it
terrible
along.
damage once again.
I'm sorry. So you hit, and what's the
I
damage?
hit, yeah, a lot of ones here. 13 points.
All right,
a lot of work.
damage. All right.
How far does it go down the thing? Please be a couple feet away from the
How
mouse.
far does it? How long until I think it hits the other wall?
Hold on 1 sec.
0 seconds.
12 seconds.
No, because you just hit it. No, push up down. Three, two, one.
So it's like 15 feet now away from the hole.
Alright, so then I'm gonna move back and I'll use my cunning action as a dash. I'll get as far away from that shiny light as I can.
All right. Perfect.
So,
All right.
Yeah, so move me whatever that is, I think 60 feet away.
All right, Kit. What do you do?
We all still moving away from light?
Well, you just saw Erebus run by. L is about 15 feet away, and both Torn and Zazriel are in the pit.
Zaz is gonna get
And
hurt.
so, and right now you're about 30 feet away, unless you're gonna move away, follow Erebus back.
I'm just gonna follow Erebus.
All right. And
If
Dar.
there's two of my comrades fall in the hole, I'm gonna follow Erebus.
All right. Dar, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the festivities from a distance here.
All right. All right. It's a new round. With that, Torn, you are up.
I'm out of the hole. Just
All right, so you're gonna climb up.
alright, got a 13 total.
That's it.
13 total.
Yep. So you're able to climb up. It's half. It's gonna be half your movement there, or it's gonna be 20 feet of movement.
Okay. Then I'm going to dash away. Like I'm out, so I get 40 feet away from the hole.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Perfect.
around sons, and you get hurt, Zaz.
All right.
I'm like, yeah, I'll take that boat.
You hear this. Al, what do you do?
I hear that.
Yes.
And nothing else. Huh?
Nothing else.
I wait.
All right. Zazriel, what do you do?
Yeah,
Can
no.
I acrobatically get out of this hole?
So it's
Do a backflip out the hole.
so tell me what you're gonna do acrobatically.
Do a backflip out the hole.
I want to
Yeah.
parkour off the back wall, pushing my right foot against the wall about 5 feet up, jumping, and then pushing myself to the other side.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Give me a roll.
You are so lucky you had that.
Over bones.
Oh, you failed.
A 10, and this.
A card.
Yep.
All right. Give me that.
1d4.
So he gets a 1d4 on a skill or attack roll.
13.
So a 13. Yep. Okay, so that's good enough to get you out, but it costs 20 feet of your movement.
Yep, and I moved my other 40 away.
Okay, so as you're moving, as you jump up, parkouring, right out of the eye of this the wall,
Not the mouth.
this glowing yellow light comes flashing at you and hits you
It's light versus an angel.
for 4 points of damage.
But it comes out of the eye.
Is it
not the
radiant?
mouth.
It is not radiant.
'Cause you're
And
resistant
you
to
feel
that.
this pierce in your shoulder as you kind of roll out.
You said 4 points, right?
Yep, 4 points. Minus 8.
Yep.
All right.
Looks better than it could have been.
All right, Erebus, what do you do?
I'm 3 away from you.
You guys kind of see this flash come out of the eye of this thing and hits Zazriel right in the shoulder as he's jumping out of this pit.
Does she clear the hallway?
Yes, is on your Zazriel's on your side now.
Alright, I mean, I think that might be resolved. I guess I'm going to use cunning action to stealth and, I guess, shit. I'm going to ready to shoot, I guess, if something else happens.
Okay. All right.
Stealth 22.
Perfect. Kit.
So I'm like, Erebus is there 1 minute and then poof gone the next.
Yeah, that's kind of just you're used to him how always
Just
doing
gonna
this.
go closer to the wall.
Kind of goes into the shadows here against the wall. So you'll stand against the wall yourself.
I'm just gonna move close to the wall, away from the middle of the hallway.
Okay. Dar.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Nobody died yet, huh?
Nope, no one seems to die. But you did see Zazriel get hit in the shoulder by some light, like a ray of light from the eye of this
The
thing.
mouth?
No, the eye.
Oh.
Like it's just almost just a quick little bolt of light.
Is the mouth still
Got some
glowing?
magic in
Yes.
here for you to take care of.
All right.
Then I pull out a flask and take a swing of ale.
Okay. The buzz sound goes, the goes, it disappears, or the sound disappears for right now. And this is where we will stop for the evening.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, this is it.
Quick.
We'll see what you guys do next. Figure this one
I'm
out.
gonna shoot a crossbow
Not
bolt
even
into
done
the
yet.
mouth.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Well,
You guys are
still
backed out.
died.
Yes, no one's died yet. So,
We're seriously injured.
yeah, or other than falling in a pit. So.
I'm hurt.
All right, I am going to let's go around the room quick. We have enough time. MVP for the night. Let's start with Torn.
I would choose myself as possible because of all the funny things I did, but I have to choose Erebus because of the natural 20s he rolled. It just saved us, kind of.
Okay. Zazriel. Zazriel. MVP. Dar. All right. And why?
Killing the fake beholder.
Killing the fake beholder. Yes.
And leaving Chuck to die.
And leaving Chuck to die.
Hey, what about killing the white?
Yeah, he finished off the white too. And Al.
Let's see. I gotta give it to Dar for making the floated ball explode. That was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yep. Kit.
But I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I have to say Erebus for the way he just, as soon as he saw the beholder, just backed away like, nope. That was funny.
Other guys can be anything. Nope.
Valiant. Valiant.
I'll give it to Dar.
All right. And Dar?
I'm gonna give it to Valiant because he cast haste on me, so I can get down here and have some shenanigans.
Yes, that's true. I love that. As a dungeon master, loved that too. And then Erebus.
I'm going with Valiant too for the same reason. Good support spells, and it's always thankless. So thank you.
All
I
right.
didn't get any, but targets. That was good.
All right. So let's do this. I am going to give Dar and Valiant cards. So left cards here. So the first one is for Dar. Succeed on a saving throw.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yes, that is a nice one.
I'll add it to my other cards. I've still got a luck card for choosing my initiative and a luck card for max healing, and now I can add this one.
All right, and then for Valiant, you have add a D8 after making a skill or an attack roll.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So there we go. So let's go ahead and thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun and gal for the game tonight, and we will be back next Wednesday at 7:30 Central Time. Be back on our consistent roles of being here on our channel.
Maybe we'll escape.
And like I said, hey, if you've made it this far watching this on YouTube,
Yeah,
go ahead and hit that like button, hit the follow button, and check us out in future episodes. So with that, I'm going to sign out. Remember,
It's cool to be geek, and I beat him to it.
Pass it on. Gotta love the 10-year-old.